Hey, welcome to today's part two, actually part four of the VooDoo build. I'll go ahead and post this link in at the bench. We'll see. And in order to get that link, you have to be a member of Stunt Hanger. Log in, go to at the bench, and should be able to get in no problem. So, see here, come on. Close. At the bench, VooDoo day 2. Oh. I think I'm going to clear out all the at the bench links. Let's see here. At the bench. VooDoo day 2. Come on in and join me if you let's see here. VooDoo day 2. I gotta clean up some of this mess here before I get really going. Control V, enter, post. I see you have my normal troll back. Already have a thumbs down on the one. Let me I'll post the I'll post a link in chat too. One, cut that off. Okay, you got the chat box open. Control V, enter. So there you go. All right, now let's pop the chat out so I can see you. Pop out chat. All right, if you want to join me, click the link in the chat there, or go to the link at the bench. And we got 7 viewers now. Make sure to like, subscribe, share. If you can donate to the super chat, that'd be great. There's a little $sign at the bottom. It takes quite a bit to do this all the time. Let me know you like it. Like I say, I got my normal one troll. This is where I got to last night and this morning. Basically, together, what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to mix up some Z-epoxy and Z-epoxy the bladder area here, and I'll put Z-epoxy on this and then put this together. And while that's drying, I'll be working on the booms. And we should get the covering today. So let me clean up some of this mess here. The guy who keeps giving me the thumbs down. Hey, if you don't like it, don't come here. I found some pacifier components that I had. Put the pacifier in here and rubber band it, and that should work. I got 4 or 5 of those. I can't remember how much these things are supposed to weigh or where the center of gravity is. I mean, I don't remember much about this at all. 40, almost 50 years ago. It probably is 50 years ago I made one of these. And the kit, like I say, was $7.95, so this has to be a period correct kit even. So we got that. Get this out of the way. I think I'm going to bush the elevator and booms instead of I drill a hole in it the same size as the wire. But I'm probably overthinking this. Same size as the wire that sets into the elevator. But it would be nice if this thing lasted longer than 10 minutes. So I got some tubing here. I'll skive that and I have to drill a hole. Oh, that wasn't good. Yeah, figures. There it is. Yeah. 8 viewers. Sold some more T-shirts. That's a good deal. T-shirts are nice. Go to the T-shirt store. I posted the link on Stunt Hanger. There's several different sizes, colors, and styles. Long sleeve, hoodie. Even got a coffee mug there. I wish I had some grommets instead of trying to make them. This reminds me of when I was a kid working on the airplanes in the hobby shop of my dad's. You love it. Okay, Dave. Okay. I have to drill that out. Not quite. Cut it too short. So I better cut them at least a 1/4 inch wide. Oh, I got this up and running. Forgot. Good morning, Eamon. Don't take long. Don't take long to build a VooDoo. Oh, I got a problem here. I can get it to go in there. That figures.
How you doing today?
Pretty good. We'll try to get this done today.
Yep. Yeah, that was me that sent you the text earlier.
What text?
I sent you a text earlier this morning.
Oh,
Yeah, that's my new number.
I didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
There we go. We got a lot of people watching, but nobody ever wants to participate. I don't know why.
Well, maybe they're camera shy.
Go to the bench. Well, now I got a problem. Darn.
This airplane doesn't have a weight box in the tail.
Why would you have a weight box in the tail?
Just in case it's nose heavy.
Yeah, there won't be. So if it's nose heavy, you take some weight off the nose. Don't add more to the tail.
Well, I guess what I'll do is I might put the motor and everything on it, and the wheels and everything, and then do a balance check and see where it's at. Then if I do need to put some lead in the tail, I could do it at that moment. Then come up with a plan how to, yeah.
Man, I'm having a heck of a time with this stupid bushing.
Well, let's do that.
Yeah, I know this is stupid.
Oh, there it is.
It'd have been done by now if I'd have done it according to plans, but no, I gotta make it better.
Yeah. That's just like me. I've had two airplanes, one hand me down and one I built, and it was nose heavy. And you know, put a little bit of weight on the outside with them sticky adhesive weights. I just don't like the look of that.
Why not put a lighter engine on it?
Well, because all I have is OSs, and I've got to deal with what I have. So I'm like, well, if I ever need to put weight, I would like to be able to have somewhere to put it if I need it.
I bent the wire. There we go. Finally. So I need a little bit of epoxy on there. The bad thing about this is I'm going to have to hold this while it dries. The hole is just a little bit large. Try to put it in this. Yeah, I'll just do it. By the time I think about it, I have it done. Got too much trash. I need to clean up. Now we use this.
Oh, goodness me. Let's see how much travel I got.
I don't know who all is watching. We got 8 viewers on the YouTube side. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to sit here and hold this while this dries a couple of minutes. My friendly troll already gave a thumbs down on one of the other videos.
Oh, that guy that always, someone always gives a thumbs down, he hits you again.
Yeah. What he doesn't understand, it doesn't matter whether you give a thumbs down or thumbs up, it's the same thing. Get the same point.
Oh, he's only doing it just because it irritates you.
There we go. Okay, I got that. What did I do with the vise? Huh. Yep, I got too much crap out. Well, that'll hold it parallel till
That ought to be all right. 35-degree elevator, 22-degree flap.
yeah. They're good or bad?
Oh, I think that's a good starting point. Well, I want to glue my my horizontal stabilizer in and get the incident set up on that. The incident's already set up. It just needs to be put back in the jig, set up level, and glue it in. And yeah, I'm ready to paint the cockpit. I was saying that all the DC 540, it's all over the table and the floor.
Well, that's where it belongs.
Yep. Look, I'm really it seems like every plane I do, the covering gets, my finishing gets better and better and better.
Yeah.
And it really helps when you have a paint booth. I got a paint booth down in my shop now, you know. its own separate room. It's got ventilation system and duct work, and it works really well. As long as I have negative pressure in the room, I'm fine.
I don't have that.
What's that?
A paint booth.
Well, my wife, she's real sensitive on smells, like certain perfumes, colognes.
All right, no fingernail polish for her then.
Right, that's right, exactly right. And they do have this nail polish that's not as stinky that you can buy for that type of, people that have problems with the smell. But yep, she's got good nails anyway. She never needs to paint them. But yeah, the way it is now, the way I got it now with the ventilating system, there is no smell that gets in the house at all. Now, the time that I did get smell in the house is I never thought about it, but I turned everything off in the paint room, and then just the gassing off of the dope got upstairs a little bit. So instead of turning everything off, I kind of let the ventilation system run overnight. That helped. And I'm running about, with the ventilation system, I'm running about 65, 68 degree surface temperature. The surface temperature went down a little bit, but it's still okay for painting. Well, I guess.
I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this bushing, but it surely doesn't want to cooperate.
You ever have problems with the heavy duty Durbros links?
I don't use them anymore.
You use the brass ones are what to use, isn't it?
No, I use bush horns with everything. I went back to all 1950s bush horns with soldering.
I think I'd like that system better than these links. I don't mind one link on one end of the rod to adjust if I need to, but like right now I'm gonna have to replace the links on this rod because the bulb it's not swiveling very well.
Think about this. What made me change my mind is all those Dubro links have a 1/4 inch of surface area. That's how big the diameter is of the ball. So the more surface area there is, the more friction. If you use a 3/32 wire, you only have a little tiny bit of surface area.
Yeah, and then I'm not I don't have any formalic, so I'm stuck with the hardware that I get in the kits mainly, and the SIG 3-inch bell crank that's plastic. The only thing I can do to that to make that any better is I bushing. I take brass and bushing it out. But if I was, I'm not able. I guess what I do is a Z bend right there and just do it that way.
No good.
Okay, then okay. So if I solder, I'm thinking, well, I might melt that bell crank, even though I could put a cold water rag on it for a heat sink. But I'm trying to figure out how in the hell I won't melt the bell crank.
Be quick.
Yeah. Hell, it takes me 5 minutes just to focus in on my bifocals. Be quick. They used to be quick.
Part of the thing for a good, there we go. Part of the thing for a good solder joint is tinning both sides. So you tin the push rod outside the airplane, and you tin the washer outside the airplane.
Correct.
You stick it in the hole, put the washer on there that's already tinned. You touch the iron to it, and a drop of flux, and it's done.
Huh. I'll try that. It'll have to. I think my problem is it's in the tinning.
If you don't tin it,
By tinning, I mean like I would take the rod, I would sand it to get it shiny, you know, to take the surface and scratch it up a little bit for the solder to adhere.
what kind of solder are you using?
Well, that's probably not the right solder, but it's all I got. I have the silver solder.
Nope. Ain't no wonder why you're burning shit up. Silver solder, you have to get it way too hot.
Yep, the silver solder.
Stay bright.
What's that?
Stay bright, silver solder. It's low temperature silver solder.
All right. I've got Oatly silver solder for copper pipe.
Ain't no wonder why you're burning shit up.
Yeah, the other thing I have is a 40% tin. Got resin in it. And I have some other real light solder, but I don't know what it is. It's just in there laying around. Can't remember. Okay, I'm going to write that down. What was the name of that again?
Stay bright.
Stay Bright.
Yep.
I'll look for it around our local hardware store and see if they have any of that.
You won't find it at a hardware store. Hobby shop.
Okay.
You get the flux and the solder.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime I buy solder, you know, I always buy the flux with the solder. And a lot of people don't know, but, you know, your flux can go bad.
Here, it comes in a little bottle like this.
That's the flux?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay clean flux. I gotta buy some more. I guess I'm out. It comes in a little clear see-through tube with the solder and the flux together.
Where do you purchase it?
Shaper's Hobby.
Was there in St. Louis?
Yep. Any hobby shop would have it though.
Hey, wouldn't the section in the store at a Hobby Lobby that have stained glass?
They might.
Yeah, they have a section in there for stained glass. Everything you need to do stained glassing. Maybe I'll look in there. That's where I found that high wattage. It's a 150 watt iron. But I think nothing beats the well soldering iron. I like my well solder iron. And again, pull the trigger and voila. Well, might as well cut that.
I think I'm making more of a project out of this VooDoo than I should have.
Well, I built that this year. I built the Hurricane Wing Brodac kit, and it has no weight box. It has no lead out adjustment, and I couldn't build it without it. I mean, I went ahead and done it. You know, put a suspended bell crank in it. That's what kills me is you know, safety wise and everything, you know, and the rules, but yet you buy a kit and it doesn't have any of the safety or updated version of what's better. You know, to me that suspended bell crank is pretty safe from pulling out. I just don't understand why kits don't automatically incorporate that.
Cost.
Huh.
Costing too much.
Well, that's too bad, especially when someone's, you know, a beginner and getting into it and don't know any better and build something and all of a sudden they're flying around and they lose the airplane and they don't know why.
Well, this hobby is more or less, yeah, timing is secret to most soldering. Yeah. This hobby is more or less a hand-me-down thing. So if somebody doesn't know, probably because somebody didn't teach them.
Yeah.
There aren't many kids today that go, hey, that's what I want to do. So I'll go to the hobby shop and buy a bunch of shit and start doing it. That doesn't happen that way anymore.
All they got to do is just go buy it and it's done for them in an hour and they're ready to go. That's what's sad. I love working with my hands, you know. If I lost my hands, I'd be in big trouble.
Yeah, couldn't couldn't do some important things.
Yeah, I had a guy that lives here locally that I grew up with in high school and grade school, and his little brother got both of his hands chopped off with a hydraulic press here at one of these manufacturers we have around here.
That's not good.
Mm-mm. Oh, bad deal. I mean, even in our line of business, being a mechanic, you know, there's a lot of mechanics that don't have fingers.
See, I got a couple of stabilators. I want to put the one that sanded the best on this first one. Yep, that's the one. I figure about 3 more hours total, this thing will be done. Ready to go flying. Could fly it today.
Yeah, man, we got it's snowing like crazy outside. It's almost a whiteout. It's let up a little bit from how it started out this morning.
I don't think I'll be flying today.
I'm gonna go out and mess with a snowblower here after a bit if it stops.
Talked to my buddy John today.
Huh?
Talked to my buddy John today, and he was kind of, we were talking back and forth. Why am I building this VooDoo? When the wind is up 300 miles an hour, I can take this out of the car and fly it. If it hits the ground, oh well. All right, I got one. Got one ready to go. Sure don't act very good. Need some more area here.
I think these wheels look better than these other wheels here.
Yeah, I got a pair of those on my.
I mean, actually, if I don't use them wheels, then I'm going to have to buy new axle hubs. But yet I want to do a weight and balance, so what should I do? Use the heavier wheel? Just to be on the heavier side than I would be on the lighter side. Ooh. Let's see how much this weighs. A pair of wheels, and that's 4/10 on them pair. And these are 2/10 on this pair. We'll just go with the bigger pair right now. That means if I have to get axle hubs, will be longer. That's more weight.
Okay, let's glue this hinge in. All right, got one done. Okay, on to the next one. 7 watchers. And no, me and Tom talking.
Yep. I'm an extra. I got an extra LA 46 since I got that 4-stroke. That's cool. Got me another motor for another plane.
If it wasn't working again, I could build my Al Ray Bearcat.
Yeah.
I will get around to that. There's just not enough time in the day.
Misplaced my engine.
Well, you didn't need it anyway.
That's a suckola thing. Let's see. This exhaust.
What'll probably happen with these VooDoos is I'll end up giving them away.
Well, that's a nice thing. That's a nice thing to do. Man, I can't remember what I did with that motor.
When that dries, I can put the boom on. I guess I can cut these strips. Oh, I need them. I don't have any scissors. I have to use the X-Lacto knife.
Well, let's see here. Ah, there's the motor. It's in the Stuka box. Okay. Needle valve assembly, venturi, back plate. Well, might as well get this back together. Get the motor together first. Bought a new tongue muffler from Randy Smith.
I'm wondering when Randy's going to get the pipes done.
I don't know. My buddy got 2 arc vectors from him. Boy, I tell you, they're nice. I mean, that laser cutting stuff, it's really nice.
Holy mackerel.
Pretty easy hinging system. I put the pin in. Hey, what's up, Mike?
Not too
Hello,
much. Other
Mike.
than life's been being kind of challenging right now. I keep having blood clots in my leg.
Oh man.
That's making it hard to do anything. I sure can't look for work that way.
No.
Well, you guys entertain yourself for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey, Tom.
How you been? I haven't seen you for a coon's age.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm little by slowly actually building a wing for a Spitfire, but I wound up making it too short, the ribs too short, so I'm modifying.
Oh, cool. Yeah, good there.
Getting there little by slowly, trying to make landing gear blocks right now by hand.
Okay, there it is. Oh.
And my Zona saw is duller than butter knife. What you working on?
Well, I am I got a Stuka that I built last winter.
Yep.
And I got all the way to the stage where I shot primer on it.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't want, I just wanted something, you know, covering the surface.
Yeah.
Until I was able to get back to it.
What's this engine you're working on?
LA 2025.
Oh.
That's going in the Stuka, but I've got a new back plate for it and
yeah,
venturi and stuff. I need to get the engine set up. I need to get it in the airplane.
Yeah.
I want to do a weight and balance, see where my CG is.
Yeah.
This airplane doesn't have a weight box in the tail.
Oh, geez.
So, you know, I don't even know if I need one.
Yeah. Be nice
But
if you don't.
if
The
I
less
do, it'd
weight,
be
the
nice to
better.
have one. So if I do, now is the time to build one.
Got
Yeah,
a little further on the fuselage and switched engines.
oh, yeah.
What are you building there, Mike?
That Spitfire,
That,
an LA-40 I got from my dad's stuff in it with a Venturi
yeah, you was working on that. You've been
years
working
ago.
on that for a while.
Finally getting something done with it, hopefully. I have a feeling it's going to be way heavy, which worries me. Oh, I would do that.
Yeah, that's what I did with my first P40. Modified it, and then it put too much CG behind the CG.
Yeah.
And then my paint job weighed too much. But I recently got it done. I put a 4-stroke on it, 52. And I took, the plane was 73.9, and by the time I got done with everything, I took the weight down to, oh man, was it 63 or 66? I can't remember now. I'd have to reweigh it. But that was a lot of weight I took off of it.
Yeah, sounds
Added a heavier motor. But stuck the motor 3/4 of an inch further out on the nose.
yeah.
Made a whole new nose cone and everything. So yeah, it's ready to fly now.
Yeah.
I love them 4-strokes. Guy, every year I go to Polk City and fly. And Guy, he has a profile that he flies, and it's got a 4-stroke on it. He's got a Stunt, a full fuselage build up. He's got a 4-stroke in it. Man, I just love the sound of it.
Yeah, eventually, if I build a bigger Spitfire I was thinking about, I've got a Magnum 52 4-stroke, I think.
That's control line Spitfire, right?
Yeah,
Well,
this is an oldie, a very oldie. I'm having to be careful about everything since that clot came back from about 1 year and 3 months ago. They've got me on rat poison, and any little thing will cut me. Which ain't no
What's
good.
that, Coumadin?
Yep. Yeah, I'm having, at least right now, having to get my blood checked once a week.
yeah, my dad does. He takes the Coumadin. He's been taking Coumadin for since, let's see, 5 years now.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, he had
I probably,
had a heart valve put in.
my story too, because I had a clot about a year ago, October, and got rid of it in April, was on Xarelto, and a year and 3 months later, it's back as 2, and then spent 5 days in the hospital after the 2 became 1 and went about halfway up my thigh.
You know, you can go to the store and get some of that Drano, and that'll clear up some clogs.
I wish it was that easy. I really do. I don't know why my blood has to be being stupid, but it.
Okay.
Huh.
I wanted to get these booms and stuff on because when I mix up the Z-epoxy to do the interior of that bladder compartment, I want to Z-epoxy all the outside and the booms too. First coat anyway.
What was that engine you had? I saw some of the screen, Sparky. What are you running in it?
A G2135 Super Tiger.
Oh, cool. That's what's going in, eventually going in my Excalibur.
This is
How good it's going to stunt with that engine.
old school.
I thought I recognized that case. Kind of trying to build both at the same time. And this Spitfire is definitely going to wind up too heavy. I know that. Because I misread the instructions from Aeromodeler. The way this thing was supposed to have been built is it's at the nose 3 layers of 3/16.
What do you use? 3/4?
No, I use 3/16 plus 16th doubler. So that's why I wound up sanding through into the doubler a little bit, and use apply floor in the nose for the tank or going back. So I don't know. It's going to wind up heavy. I know that.
Oh, well, you didn't expect to go to the Nationals and win with it, did you?
No. I'm hoping I'm still going to try my idea with the APC prop, the 4-blade, since that's what the Mark 8 ran. I'm hoping it'll not be so heavy I can't at least learn to do a pattern with it. If not it, I'll use the Excalibur with the Super Tiger.
Well, it's kind of, I don't know, you know who Charles is, Aviojet on the forum?
Yeah.
Everybody always rags him. He does a good job with his stuff. Yeah, he doesn't fly much or whatever, but so what? That's what he wants to do.
Yep.
It's his money.
Yep.
Yeah, some of these people making some comments. I agree with you, Sparky. I'm right there with you. I don't think it's fair.
Yeah. It's what he enjoys.
Right. He gives a shit. It's his money.
Yeah, we don't need nastiness.
Well, me and him talk all the time.
Yeah.
I like it. In fact, what brought us together was the Stuka I'm building right now.
Yeah.
I don't understand these guys, You can't do it that way. Well, that's basically what why the forum was started. You can't do it that way. Well, shit, I've been doing it that way 50 years.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this LA-25 on the back plate, it had one of them remote control or remote starter needle valve.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, the 2 screws that are on the back plate, the Phillips head's all messed up where they've had to remove that.
Yeah.
And yeah, there I am. I'm stuck now without a freaking bolt. And I'd like to have 2 of them. I'm going to have to order them.
Jeez.
But he says, hey, here's the back plate for your LA-25. Okay. I went ahead and bought it. Guess what? It don't fit.
Oh,
Wrong
man.
one.
How'd that happen?
Well, let me tell you, it's off. It's hard to judge something when you ain't got the engine in front of you. And I looked at it and I said, boy, that's close. It might be it, but I said, I don't know.
Too big, too small.
It's too big. It's just
Probably from an LA 35 or 40, maybe.
No, I got a 40 here. It's way too small to be a 40.
Huh.
I have an old OS Max 30, and it's different.
Yeah.
Boy, I wish I could find it. So I'm gonna have to get me another back plate. I mean, I could deal with this plastic one, but you got it. They back out. I don't like the plastic. Maybe this one will work. Figured out of all these engine parts, I would find
Something that would work.
a bolt, but no.
Well, I'm hoping with even going with the 9.6 or 10.64 blade, the LA 40, because this airplane was originally designed around the Mirco 35. I figured as heavy as this was getting, that Mirco was not going to handle it.
Might need a 60.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I can't bring myself to want to build something that big. I just
Oh, I want to. I want to get me one that big. One of these days, I get to where I can learn the whole pattern without crashing.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go to a bigger size. You bet.
I've got the PDF plans for the USA one, and I've got the printed plans for the Juno. And I think the Juno is about as big as I want to go. Maybe USA one, but USA one's awfully big for what powered it. Billy must build with air is all I can figure out. There's no way. I've actually got a FX46 I'm going to get a Venturi for that I'd use in the USA 1 because I know it needs some power. That's a big airplane to me anyway.
Okay.
Well, I think what I'm going to do is take my cutoff wheel and cut a slot into the bolt so I can at least get it tight.
Yeah. Long time since I'd seen something like that, Sparky.
It's been a while for me.
Yeah.
All right. I got 2 different thickness cutoff wheels. Thank goodness. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I can use a real small. Oh, well, hell, got one on there already. Cool.
That works. Like you already set up.
Yep.
Hopefully it works for you.
Man, I tell you, I wouldn't be able to build without my Dremel. I love my Dremel.
Yeah, I was telling John today, I probably put more work into this than that's really necessary.
Oh, well. It's fun.
Can't say that.
Nope. Well, I'm going to mute here so I can run a power tool.
So a 3/16 bent.
Whoop, there we go. Now she's tight. Have to
All
put
right.
this there. Find me some bolts.
So
All right.
this
And I hope the Venturi is
got to
well.
run. Might be back in a while. RC Bishop. All right, RC. Okay. Like this.
Get out of there. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here.
Ooh, that's not good. I got lots of up, but no down.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Whoop. You don't need down.
Yeah, I used their push rod. Maybe it was the wrong one. I am running Minnesota Mike G2135.
I seem to remember when my dad ran his in the Super Saint, and he ran crankcase pressure on it.
Yeah. The 1/4 inch too short. I mean, that's not an unsurmountable thing. I just have to redesign the horn.
You would break that rib. You would break that rib. And where's the glue go? There you
Got to have equal down as up. So I got to redesign the horn. I took that.
Oh boy.
I cut that there and put a wedge in it. That'll work. Okay, I'll be right back, guys.
go. Okay. I wish I knew where I put that other. big is that doing? Oh.
Okay. So this will work. Piece of plywood. Okay.
Made burrito?
Yeah.
What'd you use in it?
Just cheddar cheese.
I need to come up with something for lunch pretty quick.
So that. All right there. I I never had this problem before. The bell crank's in the right spot, the push rod's theirs. The only thing I could think of is if they sent me
Too short a push rod? I don't know.
well, this was an old kit, you know.
I see, the push rod would probably be too long.
Somebody could have needed a piece of wire and robbed it out and shut the kit back up and put it back on the shelf. I mean,
That wouldn't surprise me.
so I go to the hobby shop and get another piece of wire. This horn will still work for the other one.
Yeah.
You know, another thing I've noticed in the last couple years, swap meets. Swap meets, there's not as much hardware stuff anymore. It's mainly just buying and selling planes that are already put together. At least the ones down here in our area, that's close to us. Not one. I went to 2 different swap meets in a month, and not any of them had music wire. I could buy. That's all I wanted was music wire to buy. 1/8 inch rod, you know, and 3/32, just to build up my stock. Can't. Just everything's planes are just swapping planes now instead of buying hardware. There's engine guys are still there, but that's about it now.
I don't know.
I'll be back in a second. I want to cut this.
Okay.
shoot, I forgot to get my ticket for Joe Knoll. I gotta get on that. Okay, let's see if this works. Now. Don't have much up now. So I got to face it up on the bottom. Hung it down. On the top.
Somewhere.
Aggravating me.
Hey, do you ever remember back in the late 80s, the ignition module off of the Ford distributor cap?
Yeah.
Off the distributor. It took that 5.5 special tool to get it off of there, them bolts. That makes it great for these needle valve assemblies. Torque them down with.
There, okay, sure doesn't look right.
I think the next one I'm going to make a little more sensitive. This thing don't seem very sensitive. I did it exactly as the instructions said.
Oh.
Ah. Damn.
And we got 6 viewers.
Yeah, okay, one of these spots. You gotta get one of them.
Okay, stand this up.
There. That one goes there.
Yeah, I know I put too much work into this. Okay, that's Minnesota Mike. Okay, as some have seen, I had to remake the horn. I didn't have the proper amount of up and down. It's still, the controls are very slow. I don't know whether they're supposed to be like that or not. We shall see. If not, I can always do an operation on it and open it up.
Okay. That's going to take some work.
It's just lettuce, you can't have it. That's all you don't have me to have.
Okay, glue it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put on a pressure fitting on my tongue muffler too. Doesn't have one on there.
Oh boy.
Not a biggie.
I don't know how much it takes to move a combat plane, but that's all the down I got, and that's all the up I got. So,
That's plenty. I bet you ask them guys, I bet you that's plenty. Them things really move quick. Minnesota Mike still on there? Hey, Minnesota Mike, I think that's plenty. What do you think?
be a combat flyer.
He's talked about it before. Another one is Mike Londonsky. I hope I said that right, his last name.
Lonky.
Yeah. But he's actually, tell you the truth, really, he's about the only one I know personally that's a combat flyer. I mean, I see him combat flying all the time, but I don't talk to anyone about it except for him.
Okay, I'll get that down some more. That's got to get cut down some more.
I always get asked, do I want to fly this combat plane? I hate doing that because then I know I got to make somebody an airplane. So if I got my own.
Oh boy. Looks like I robbed my motor mount bolt. Yeah, right. Perfect. The hell did I rob them for?
You don't want a whole lot of moving. It gets to something or other. I can't see it.
I remember when I was a kid, I had them a lot. And I know if I put too much up on it or too much down, the elevator turned into a speed brake.
Or it gets too twitchy. Well,
Yeah.
this is set up just as Riley Wooten suggested. 2 inches off, 3-inch bell crank, 7/16 on the pivot. So, man, I don't follow directions very well, but I did it on this one.
Well, you know, at Christmas time, putting the kids' Christmas presents together. I never use stinking instructions. What the hell for? Men don't use instructions.
When I get that furniture shit, IKEA and crap like that, the first thing I do is look at the instructions.
Yeah. That's like that Geico commercial. Then there, is that a bed? No. Trying to put that had crap strung out all over in that room.
But usually that IKEA instruction shit has crap like put forward to move back. Okay.
Here. Okay, there.
Yeah, it should fly it over 100.
I
I
bet.
couldn't find any of the original propellers, Mike, but I did find APC 8.8 for it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how that works. Minnesota Mike.
Can't find a yellow tornado 8.8. That's what my dad.
Couldn't find it, no. What I used to use on them.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I can do the. I can do the cheek cowl, and I can paint the. We do the cheek cowl next. The wing's straight, the elevator's on there straight. Everything, the bell crank's free. It ought to be a good airplane, I guess. I don't know. What happened to my cheek cowl?
Mm-hmm.
Make another one, I guess. Huh. There it is.
Oh, come on. Chill a little more top, I think. More. Down. Find this. God dang it. Don't fight with me. Don't fight with me. Come on. Do this way.
Okay, take the motor out of it, I guess.
Oh, come on. Loosen this one to get in the ass, period.
Oh, crap. Huh.
Yeah, that's just not quite straight enough yet. That is not straight enough yet. Big enough yet.
7 viewers. You guys that are viewing, get to work.
Yep. I'm even working somewhat. Okay. Pull that one out. Back to the bottom.
I want to fly this against a Nelson airplane to see how much faster the Nelson is.
Hmm.
Okay.
That goes there. That goes there.
So mix up some glue and glue that together and then sand it. And then I can start Z-epoxying. We'll be monocoating by tonight.
I think I need to take some off the top of that. Maybe both.
Okay. Tool. Anybody else use their model aviations for a mixing tool?
Sometimes.
Huh?
Sometimes.
That's all they're good for.
I went to the last, I had to let both my memberships expire. I've been so broke thanks to not being able to work. And last year I did the electronic, and it's still too full of advertising. for things I have no interest whatsoever in. Okay, that. What do I need to do? I need to take a bunch out of the center of that rib. I need to take a bunch out of there. Okay, now. Where are you? Okay. Quit with the slop.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit and hold this, I guess. No place to clamp it.
Come on. Where are you? Grab it.
Nelson is fast. I have five of them. Rusty K says I use Marlboro light carton. I'm going live. Yes, whatever that is.
Get through there. Get through there.
For those of you in the chat that want to join and haven't been over to Stunt Hanger, damn, I broke that spar. Oh well.
Okay, we need to notch
Control V.
on that rib. I need to notch the rib a little bit. Okay. Okay. Oh, quit fighting me, rib. There we go. Need to retain. Attach that.
Okay.
Man, it's
All right, we need a piece of wood in there.
I couldn't get in through the YouTube link.
Really?
hey, Rusty.
I got the chat popped out though, so I can see who's chatting while I watch. Hope that doesn't kill it.
Well, you're in there now.
Yeah, that was before I went live. I have been having trouble with the chat working since I have started doing unlisted, and I don't know if that's why or not. But none of the apps work either.
Oh, jeez.
This is public. This is not unlisted.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, I've been having trouble with it unlisted. I don't know if that's related to the problem or not, but none of my apps work either. The cameraman or the control room don't work. So I don't know what's up with that. I might need to clear the up. Damn, I just went black, and that was my apps trying to load. So I don't know what's. I think I need to find a cache to clear or something like that. I'll investigate it. It might be over on Google Plus or whatever it's called.
R.W. Bishop says, thanks. I don't know for what, though. You guys need to be a little more specific.
Well, he's just a happy guy.
Yeah.
Just casting general thanks upon us. You're welcome, Bob. Bob's one of our regulars on the show. He was up until we restricted access to At the Bench. We'll gradually get it back. First time I've ever seen Michael actually, and enough like to know what he looks like. Damn, you're not as ugly as I thought you were.
You'd have to see me personally to find out. Tell you what, my health's been being stupid as all get out. Wound up
Oh man, no.
having another clot in my right calf, and actually it was two. And then 2 days later, they'd merged into one and went halfway up my right thigh. So spent 5 days in the hospital.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's tough.
Yeah, especially when I need to get some kind of income coming in. I can't very well do much of anything right now.
Yeah, that does not help.
Able on Coumadin and get this thing so we know it's not going to go anywhere.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Getting ever so close to being done here.
It's looking pretty good.
Hopefully that'll work for landing gear.
Not bad for a one, it's actually a 2-day build.
The way it sounded, that wood wasn't real great, was it?
No, it's like pine.
I don't know that my dad or any of us ever built too many Goldberg kits. My dad may have for RC.
All my RC, I mean, RC, all of my half A kits are Goldberg from when I was a kid and all, and now I buy Brodak.
We learned to fly on a Gillows #2. Talk about a brickbat. Thank God it was. At least we learned how to get up and down and a wing over with
That
it.
one of the Gillows kits with a million sticks to glue together.
No, it was all plank.
Uh,
It was a brickbat.
When I think of Gillows, I think of mostly the stick and tissue.
Yeah.
Those are scale models. I'll walk over to Sander for a second.
Is that? Oh, I
If
see.
I ever get where I can afford some more wood, I figured out the hard way. Somehow I had shortened all the ribs too much. So I pushed it about out where it belongs, except the span's a little short from what the plans say. And the flaps are going to be about an inch wider. But being it's going to be heavy, maybe that'll help. I hope.
Are you in a different room now than you usually are?
No, I've just got sunshine coming through the window.
Hello, Rusty.
Hey, Tom. What you on today?
Oh, I am putting the Stuka together. And I want to do a weight and a balance and see where I'm at.
Oh, you got
To see if I have to put a weight box on the back. Might have to design another weight box.
Well, I hope all mine works out. Somewhat going from either windy or
I just don't like that sticky tape
sparky
thread.
ideas. I've done the ply doublers for the center ribs and one doubler for the next bay out for the landing gear for this thing, and stack some 8 for 8 wire or 3/32 for 3/32 wire and bolt doors
That's
down
not a problem.
landing gear. I hope without getting 9 nuts.
I give my prop away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Little Sparky Rusty. Been here watching while tidying up. Now the boys are out of school. That's Gerald. Hey, Gerald, what's up?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Gerald.
oh, our kiwi. I haven't seen him in a while. I hadn't seen nobody in a while. I haven't been getting online.
Let's see. I built a loads of VooDoos, a few little Satans, a couple of Busters, a Cosmic Winter Tune, Sky Rat, been ages, don't remember. Yeah, Bob, I built a bunch. I built a Scat Rat and a VooDoo. They're 45 years ago, maybe 50 years ago. That's why I got these, because well, they were at. I got them from Brodak. My buddy John was looking at them, and he was thinking about buying them. Before he could make up his mind, I scooped it up.
I seem to remember the one airplane my dad flew a lot was he had built a Super Satan, but that was a whole lot more complicated than most of the others. And it was a higher aspect ratio too.
I had some winders.
Yeah, I'd like to build a Super Satan myself.
I thought about it. I thought about getting the plans. I've even got a G2135, but that's going in the Excalibur to start. Anyway.
Well, you know a G21 is not a stunt motor.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what else I can put in that thing.
There's a million engines you can put in it.
Original Mathis originally powered it with a McCoy Ford.
I got 35s and 40s I could put in it. But I got a LA 46 I could put in it. I don't know what size it needs. Probably a FP 35 or a 40 would fly it just fine.
Yeah.
I got an Enya 35. Got a torpedo.
Yeah, torpedo 40, that'll work.
I got a
I
torpedo
never
35.
thought the Torpedo 40 was a stunt engine at all.
No, it's a pylon engine and a rat race motor.
The only exception to that was those. Does anybody have any clue what Les McDonald ran the K&B 40 torpedoes, but they were reworked by Ann Powell. What did he do there? I've got one that had the higher compression head that I put the Hemi head on, which dropped the compression some. So
Did you say Stan Powell?
Juno eventually.
Did you say Stan Powell?
I believe so.
We got a Stan Powell over at Huntersville in our club. I don't know if that's the same guy or not.
I think it probably was. He built some special K&B 40s for McDonald's.
I'll ask him next time I see him.
Tried to get on the Friday show, but had poor cell phone reception at the Mercer contest. Terry Forbes, VooDoo City. Hey guys and Gerald, I'll be there ready for the show until tomorrow. Okay, great.
All right. Everybody that's listening now, keep in mind, you have to go to the At the Bench thread on Stunt Hanger. It's restricted to members only to get the link either to the YouTube site or to the live video feed.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't go to the Stunt Hanger YouTube channel and get into either one.
Yeah, that's how I got on this, is went through the Stunt Hanger site and that did that.
I tried to go into this through the YouTube site and it said there was an error, so I just went over to Stunt Hanger forum at the bench and got in.
I take it you were having fun, a bunch of fun, while I wasn't around with the lovely people putting lovely stuff on the chat room.
We've actually had, you missed lots of fun for the past 2 weeks. We've had pretty seamless shows, except for starting up Friday night. I just had some technical difficulties, but once we got through that, then it clicked right along. Everybody's been, we've had some people that I know aren't coming because they can't get in because they don't know we're, hidden links now. But we're still getting good crowds. We're filling up the film strip at the bottom of the screen with faces pretty well. Just nobody in chat except for Mike Lonke. That's the single soul chat occupant we've had lately. Minnesota Mike.
What's that other site that you were using for a while?
Well, we can't say it online, but it was it's still there, but we're not using it to do the show. I didn't have enough horsepower here to record it and video stream it, and it just I couldn't get it to work. Sparky can get it to work, but I can't get it to work. I gotta go answer this phone. I'll be right back.
I gotta come up with something for lunch here. Other than baby back rib potato chips.
Sounds like the bearings are about done in this thing.
Yeah. Not sounding real healthy.
Hey. I'm okay. Hang on, let me mute my computer. Yeah, now I had to mute the computer.
Let's do it for doors, I think.
Oh, that's nice. Almost like I knew what I was doing.
Okie dokie.
Now if I can just get this shaped right. Wood is so hard. balsa wood I'm sanding on. It sounds like rockwood.
I thought you was sanding plywood.
No.
Go kit balls.
Hey, you want an electric planer or a belt sander?
I belt sanded it for a while, but didn't want to take a chance of tearing it up.
Yeah.
Can't remember who seemed to have the worst of the wood back then. Was it Ambroid?
Yeah, I gotta go find the Stuka plans. Where I put them?
Okay, going on to slot.
First place I looked. Unbelievable.
The silk strand did you guys look at the silk strand that came with the kit? Man, terrible.
No.
I'm going to shut the mic off and step away for a little bit.
All right, buddy.
PG is 1 3/4 inches from the leading edge.
Reminds me of the early 60s, John. I love the old combat times, yeah. I gotta go to Walmart and buy me some pacifiers. Lady's gonna say how many you want. I'm gonna say all of them. Are we still alive here?
Yeah, I could still hear you. I don't know what's wrong with Rusty.
He stepped away. Terry doesn't like me. He doesn't come in on my shows.
Who?
Terry Forbes.
Uh, all right. Now, set up the Vanessa machine. I actually might start to be getting somewhere now. Shit.
Ah, I see.
Man, it's hard to work in a dollhouse.
I can't remember. Am I supposed to fiberglass this nose piece?
Yeah, that's my last job I do today on this Stuka. For sure.
Okay, good.
Uh-oh. Shit. Here.
My hands are cramping up. Does anybody know how much a VooDoo should weigh? Okay, how much is it supposed to weigh, Terry? Yeah, I'm not going to build 60 of them.
Everybody's building today, I see.
Yeah,
Hi, Daryl.
How's it going?
ain't seen you in a while.
Long time
Yeah.
no see.
Yeah, doing work and getting my health back, and been busy. Sparky's building a VooDoo.
Yep.
Yeah, watch the first video. Actually, I got the same kit hanging up on the rafters there.
Well, it takes 2 days to get it this far.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Yeah, it never used to. Of course, Ambroid and Segment took a lot longer to.
I think I could build them.
God damn.
I don't remember them taking this long either. I think I could build them in a day before. That's probably because I can't stand at the bench as long as I used to.
Yeah, a fella gets aches and pains as he gets older.
So I guess I'll clean this up. We'll paint some Z-epoxy.
So a fella get out that early in the morning, he could have her done by the evening, eh? As far as frame up.
But I'll tell you this about this one. I know darn sure that it's built better than it was when I did it 50 years ago. Because the trailing edge is straight and the elevator's parallel with the trailing edge. The bell crank is bushed. I didn't used to do that. Just throw it together. Let's go fly it.
Yeah. Combat planes had a short life expectancy anyway, didn't they?
Yeah, it won't live long.
Yeah, I picked one of those up at an auction last year.
My stock VooDoo is 17 ounces with motor and prop propeller. Well, I got, if this is in the 14 or 15 ounce range, I'm right there. If it's in the 17 ounce range, it's too heavy. Let's see. But it doesn't much matter because there ain't nothing I can do about it now anyway. Take it out and fly it.
Wow, man. I'm right on the money on my CG.
40 pounds?
On my center of gravity, I'm right at, it measures 1.75 inches from the leading edge. And I am right at 1.75 inches. See.
What airplane?
Okay.
Let's see here. I need to get me an extension cable for my camera. There it is. What do you think? Right on there.
The problem is when you put the paint on, it'll get tail heavy.
Yes, that's true. But I don't have a prop. I don't have a prop on the front.
Prop weighs 1 ounce.
Okay, so that'll make me that should be okay, I would think. I don't have a landing gear on the. I don't have a gear wheel on the back. I better put that on there.
Got the tank in it?
Yes, the tank and the engine's in there. Got the engine all bolted up.
What Stuka is that?
Oh, what's that?
Which Stuka is that?
That's the Don Stills
Okay.
Stuka.
She looks good.
Yeah. I have some pilots to put in there, but I ain't gonna be able to because I don't want to sacrifice the weight for it. You know? If I could somehow make myself a bomber jacket, I would cut the head and the hands off and use balsa as a body and put the head on top. You know what I mean? And wire for the arms, and then glue the hands on the end of the wire, and then put the coat over everything. That'd be pretty light, wouldn't it? But I tried to make a little bitty coat, and my hands are too freaking big. Wear a size 12.5 ring on my ring finger. So trying to make a little teeny little bomber coat. That figures out to be, the pilot is 1/16 scale, 1/16 on it.
There's Jerry Forbes.
Ding how. Looking good.
Yeah, but it's too heavy.
How could it be too heavy? You don't have anything on it yet, unless you got a bunch of white glue needs to evaporate.
There's no white glue on it.
It comes from the redwood forest in California, the wood.
No, that's those leading edges. They're real hard, but that's okay because when you whack another plane, it just cuts right through them.
Yep, that's right. It'll cut them foam planes like nothing, right?
Yeah.
Need to get some real durable covering then.
Well,
Oh, well,
all my old ones I used to
monocoats,
cover
right.
with silk. On all of my old VooDoos, I just covered with silk. That was before monocoat, just silk, colored silk and clear dope and stuff.
Here's the color of mine.
But I've done monocoat ever since on these things.
Monopuke.
Yeah, it's good stuff though.
Yeah, this is the $9 roll stuff. The bargain
Oh, I
base.
know. Yeah, I know, that's all right. Listen, I'm going to do for Rusty and you, I'm doing a little tutorial on my sunburst and checkerboards. If you want to use it, you're welcome. But I got a real slick method of doing it, so it's real easy.
What, painting or monocoat?
No, it's monocoat. But
Oh.
you can use it for painting. You can use it for masking, too. It's the same thing.
I wonder if I could take this and put it into my plotter and cut it out on my plotter.
You can. You can. You can use, the trim sheets, but like if you got that liquid, the liquid solve for their stuff, you can use super monocoat like a trim sheet. It's a liquid cement that activates the glue.
Boy, it
You
sure
think
does.
that? You think I only have one side bulged for the bladder? You think that's enough?
Should be all right. I mean, I'm running those number 11 tanks in mine, but
How many
should be
ounces
fine.
of fuel do you use in a flight?
I'm burning a little less than 4 ounces, but I carry 4, so I can go, go a little further.
What motor?
That's on a Fox 36 Combat with the square Venturi.
I just was going to fill it with 2 ounces.
Well, that might be all right. The Fox has never been noted for being economy wise.
No, this ain't a Fox. This is a
No.
P2135 Super Tiger.
No, that's a beautiful motor. That thing's going to be maybe 103, 104 mile an hour on 70-foot lines, easy.
60 foot.
No, I fly mine in 70s. Mine are too fast. Yeah, listen. I
The plane's
posted a
too
video. I sent
Oh.
Shug one of my planes, and he stuck a LA-46 on it, and he was flying it on 60-foot lines, and he had his hands full because you need longer lines. But try it; it won't take you too long to figure it out. Anyway, here I'll flip my. There's some motivation for you right there.
Yeah.
That's my go-to airplane. That and my old Ringmaster, man. That's what I start with the Ringmaster and then fly that one.
I got another one of these to build, and I probably won't get it done this trip, but because John wants to trace the parts so he can build one.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Like if I email Rusty my rib design for my own design VooDoo, my little larger one, you can post them on Stunt Hanger. I'll just email them to you, the plans and everything. You just post them.
Post them.
Well, have to work off my cell phone now because my computer's boxed up. So it's a little difficult. But I can shoot it to Rusty and he can put it up or whatever.
Is it a PDF?
You know, I don't have it as a PDF yet. What I'll do is I've got the plans here. They're on graph paper, the 1-inch graph paper. I'm going to try to get it scanned, but all our computers are boxed up because we're in the process of moving.
You know, if you put it on a PDF and you post it on Stunt Hanger, they can print it out on a PDF.
There you go.
And they can build it.
All right, so I'll get that to you. Yep. So did you put the little Nyrod bushings in your tail booms?
I didn't use Nyrod, I used brass.
Okay, brass works too. But the inner Nyrods work real good. They're lightweight and they're those yellow groove tubes that used to go inside the Nyrod for like RC.
And it's the push rod.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I didn't have any of those.
Yep.
I mean, I knew what I would have used those, but I don't have them.
Yep, well, no problem. I can put in a couple chunks in a letter to you so you got enough for a lifetime.
Look at the up and down movement on this. I'm hoping this is enough. I followed the plan.
Oh, that should be all right. You could go a little more. I've got a little more on mine. I'm in the I'm not using that that wood control horn. Those things tend to delaminate for me after a while.
Well, I made my own here.
Oh, okay.
But the problem is, this is a 3-inch bell crank, and when they said to drill it at 7/16 from the pivot, so that's what I did.
Yeah.
And that's all the way. You can't pull it no more. And that's all the way down. You can't pull it no more.
Yep.
You think that'll be enough?
Yeah, let me measure my height of the hole in my rear control horn here, because that's what works. It is. Let's see. That is. I'm 5/8 inch above the hole I'm using on the elevator is 5/8 inch up from the control surface. And that gives me, believe me, this thing turns a circle, it turns a square corner. I mean, these combat planes, especially this old Wiley Wooten design, they turn corners like, I mean, you wish your stunt plane could turn like this.
5/8 of an inch. I just eyeball it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you should be well in the ballpark, man. It should fly like the wind. Stay up there. So what is the ruling on publishing plans? I mean, I've got plans for these bosses. I don't know if they're still copyrighted or what. I mean, I've had them for years. They were published in Model Airplane News, so I guess it's public domain, right?
If you didn't publish them, please don't publish them on Stunt Hanger.
Okay. That's why I'm asking.
Well, that gives me even less. Oh no, I got more down. Why don't I have more up? I got to move the hole out.
So there's Hogs and Planes. Hey, I enjoy your shooting videos.
Hey, how's it going, Hugs?
Hey,
Yeah.
Good, man.
Oh, thanks.
Hopefully you'll get some warmer shooting weather coming soon.
It's -20 today.
I got it, man. I've got friends up there.
Hey, did you get that SV11, Daryl?
Not yet, no.
Still waiting?
I just ordered it last week. So.
Oh,
I got an engine, a pipe, I got all kinds of shit.
I might order one of them radio control horns. This thing is screwing up.
Yeah, go with the nylon one. Put a little piece of thin plywood on the bottom to help transfer the control force movement to the trailing edge of the stabilator.
Here's how much I got now.
Oh, that looks fine. That's going to turn real good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a ton. Yeah, you're going to turn real good. That's about what I got. But you're on the money, man.
So I need to make either get or buy or something a control horn. I don't think I have. I mean, that's something I just don't use. I don't remember ever having anything.
Hey, Rusty.
Hey, Terry.
hi, Randy. Where'd you go?
I had to go answer the phone, and it was my son. And I talked to him for a few minutes. His birthday was this weekend. He turned 33.
Hey, God bless him. Boy, if I could go back, son of a bitch. Oh, man.
Stuka's looking pretty good there, Tom.
Huh?
The Stuka's
talking
looking
to
pretty
me?
good there.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I tell you what, nothing's fitting like it was last year. The cow is, I am not happy with the cow at all.
Yeah, I can see that seam.
This right here,
Yeah.
right there where my thumb is, the fuselage has opened up. So I'm gonna have to, that's right where the F1 bulkhead is. I don't have an F1 bulkhead, but I'm gonna have to put a cross member in between there to pull that in.
Yeah.
That'll make it look better. But the spinner's off. It just sucks. That's the word for the day. It sucks. Oh boy.
That's white primer on it, isn't it?
What's this?
Yeah, is that white primer?
No, it's DC 540. I just sanded off last night.
Oh, it looks white in the video.
Hey, I gotta
There you
try
go.
it.
Now it
Zig.
looks normal. Yeah, it looks like DC 540 now.
I gotta try that stuff for my next plane.
Oh, hey, Daryl, I didn't realize you were here. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I snuck in while you were gone. Not bad, you?
I'm good. You've been gone a long time. I hadn't seen you since before the holidays. Did you go back to the Philippines?
No, I wasn't in good enough shape to do that.
That's right, because I've seen you flying actually since then. So, were you doing okay?
Well, I'm doing good now, yeah.
Good.
I'll get my medical done next week, so I'll be flying again.
Good. What? Yeah, I've been having a down winter too, because I broke my hip.
How's that making out?
Just in the past couple of days, I've started putting my cane down and walking without it, and I can get around the house a little bit like that, and then I get worn out, so go back to the cane. But it's been a long haul. I busted it the night before Huntersville, loading the car, and it was 6 weeks before they found out it was broken and fixed it. So it was December the 5th before I got it pinned and patched back together.
So if you're walking without a cane now, okay. It took them long enough to find out it was broken. The X-ray don't work or what?
Wait, I can't hear you.
I said they're just figuring. It took them how long to figure out it was broken?
Well, actually, it was 3 weeks later when I went to an orthopedist and had him look at it, and he decided that the a radiologist had given him a bad read, and he said that radiologist had given him bad reads before, and and this was looking at the same X-ray, so they X-rayed it again. Nothing had changed or shifted, so that was good. And it was 3 weeks from then when I was able to get surgery scheduled. So December the 5th, I got it bolted back together.
It's all healing up good now. Eh?
It is, yeah. I think everything's fine. It's just the biggest worry is after 32 years of dialysis, the bones are really soft. So it's more like screwing pine together than screwing rock maple together.
That's what Sparky's been doing there, gluing rock maple together.
Yeah. Yeah, he could beat somebody to death with that plane if he needs to.
Yeah.
I got that same kit. If I'd known earlier, I would back to work on this heath here. So I'm just trying to figure out where it was 4 years ago.
I'm going to saw, so I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. I'm gonna mute Tom because he's making noise too. There we go. Everybody's making a racket. I'm glad to see y'all are getting something done. I think I'm gonna walk out to the shop before it starts getting dark. So I guess I'm gonna click out now, but good to see you, Daryl. Listen, when you come to the shows now, you know, you have to go to the At the Bench thread. It's all invisible. You don't get notified on Stunt Hanger, and you don't get notified on YouTube anymore. So you got to get the chat box link and also the video conference link from the At the Bench thread. And if you can't find it, email me or message me or PM me or something. But it's a Stunt Hanger member only thread.
Yeah,
And I post
today through.
Oh, did you? Okay, good. So
The only one.
yeah, just I post right when the show starts. So about 9:45, check Eastern USA time. Check the thread, and when I post it, then the show is starting right then. And
All right.
so hopefully we'll avoid spammers that way. And so far, we've gone a couple of weeks with seamless shows. They've been pretty good. So hopefully that'll work out. Everybody hadn't found us yet, but I'm hoping it'll pick back up. So, okay, people, I'll see y'all Monday night, and y'all have fun working on your planes, trains, and automobiles.
Okay. Good to see you again, Rusty.
Goodbye.
But
I guess Rusty left. I heard him.
yeah. Well, I'm trying to make lunch, and I'm absolute with my stove. It fits the story. The watch pot never boils, so I'm not watching it, so it'll boil so I can make lunch.
I gotta figure out how to hinge this airplane.
Yeah.
Terry's still here. He's just hiding.
Need a 1/16" saw blade. Where the hell am I gonna get one of those?
Damn! Broke it. I had a 4x8 sheet of 1/8" aircraft fly here somewhere. And I mean, I've been using it. I can hardly believe that there's not one piece big enough to do this job.
I did a major cleanup down here. I found all kinds of stuff I forgot about.
Is that too loud?
Don't bother me. Okay, I got the location. I just need to make a good one. See you, Rusty. I guess he's gone already.
Yeah, he's already toast. 3.5. Well, building a full-size airplane, I still got to cut hinge slots.
No aircraft plywood. What in the hell am I gonna do? Pretty bad when I ain't got no plywood. I got to make my own.
At least you can make your own.
Yeah.
Are you just laminating some stuff?
Yeah. I put 4 pieces of 32nd together.
Time. Full broad floor.
Okay. Wonder how long white glue will take to dry.
Always let it set overnight. But,
Well, that won't happen.
yeah.
I'm glad Terry came on and told me what the horn height was. 'Cause it
Yeah,
had a stock hole on. Wasn't a whole lot of movement.
Huh. Darn it. Before I took this apart, I wish I would have waited. Just now remembered. Pissola.
You sold it.
Huh?
You sold it.
No, I said I should have weighed it. I disassembled it now so I can get this cowl to fit perfect like it did last year before it set. I don't know. I got the inside of the engine bay glassed. I understand why it would spread out, but balsa wood moves all the time.
Okay, I got that glued together. Wait for it to dry. I don't know how long I've been on here, but probably coming up on 4 hours.
I don't know. You started at noon and it's 2:41. You started a little bit before noon.
Is that Jim?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jim, thank you very much for the motor. It's right here.
Good deal.
I got the big Venturi in it.
Good deal, Sparky.
Gonna have a lot of fun with that. I got another motor for the other airplane coming.
Cool. That old motor's got pretty good compression, don't it?
Motor's like brand new.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am definitely gonna have fun with these. I built this in 2 days. Here's my other airplane right here. Can you see it?
I can see it in one hand.
There, the motor's already, corrector's already drilled. The kit I had, I built it exactly the way it was, by the directions, as far as the push rod length and the bell crank location. The damn push rod's a half-inch too short, so I had to make new horns.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't find any 8.8 propellers, tornadoes. So I ordered APCs.
I used to have a little box of them, Sparky, but I don't, and, moving here and there and all the years, I don't know where they went.
I had a whole pile of this stuff too at one time, and I end up giving stuff away or selling it or whatever. I just wanted to do this VooDoo setup to see if I still got what it takes to do it like I did 50 years ago.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I know the airplane's built better than I used to build them. I want to fly it against the Nelson once to see how much difference there is between the Nelson and the Super Tiger.
I'm back.
Hey, Terry.
Hey guys. Hey Jim.
He's warmed up to -2 Fahrenheit here.
Hey man, it's a heat wave. Tropical
Get
heat
me a
wave.
suntan. It'll look like a suntan, but it'll actually be windburn.
Hey Daryl, come to Florida, man.
Phew,
I'll have a guest room in about 2 weeks.
I'd love to go there, or especially
Yeah,
now.
well, come down, we'll go flying and we'll fly some real stuff. What are you building, man?
This one.
Yeah.
This is a Heath
Uh-huh.
Ragwing Heath parasol. It's
Yep, very familiar with it.
Oh, are you?
Yep. Been in the EAA pretty much my whole life.
Oh, so you know who Roger Mann is, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm from Kenosha, Wisconsin, so Hales Corner is only 30 miles away. Actually, Paul Propresny worked for a home building company, which my father was the electrical part of it. Paul was a plumber. And when he quit to go full-time EAA, my dad was real upset, and the other partners, because they said he was playing with his hobby instead of focusing on his business.
And
Thank
now
God
he's
he
probably
did.
a millionaire.
He is, and thank God he did, because the EAA is one fine group. It's our only voice for any kind of home-built experimentation. I mean,
Yeah.
and the AMA as well. And I don't use the magazines to mix epoxy. That's just my vote.
I use
I give them to young kids. I give them to young minds and try to get them interested. That's what I do with my old magazines.
I use
Although
them
I
as
am a bit of a
epoxy
hoarder.
mixing tool, see?
Yeah, I know it. I saw that. I saw that.
Are you gonna have?
That's all right. Hey, to each his own, man. Beware the karma.
I use the lids off.
Yep.
Pringles.
Me
chip.
too.
They
We're
were-
on the same page, and you can clean them just by
Yeah.
flexing them and check the kick of your epoxy.
Yep. And it doesn't absorb any of the good stuff out of your epoxy.
You said it. That's why you don't use wood sticks or paint brushes to mix epoxy.
Yeah.
Rusty, I'm going to send you a couple artist palettes. I already picked them up.
Rusty's not here.
I'm sorry. I mean, Sparky. I'm so used to talking to him, but I have to have your address. So get my email from Rusty and mail me your address. I'll send you a little care package.
All right.
Love to do it, man. Love to do it.
There. Now I feel like I'm part of the group here.
There you go. No, that's there. Listen, you're a major part with the parasol.
Hey. This Vector 40 ARC.
Very nice.
Yeah. It's a turd.
Well, I don't know. They fly.
Oh, they're good airplane. Like if you, it's one of the early ARFs that or ARCs that Brodak had, and they weren't the new ones, I guess, are light years ahead of it.
Yeah, I don't. I'm a builder, so.
So am I. That's why I don't have.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I helped put together a couple of those Horizon Hobbies PT19s, like Banjock and his buddy fly at Brodak.
Oh, yeah.
I've helped put together a couple of those, and I've stuck a bunch of LA 46s in the Top Flight Noblers you get from Tower. In fact, they got them on sale now with shipping, $100, covered, ready to go. And that's a pretty good deal.
I was going to do a kit this winter, but I got to get. I haven't touched this thing in 4 years. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I ordered an SD11.
Yeah, he's trying to make a control horn. I got a bucket of them here. I'm going to send him a handful. Because, listen, I go to the crash bin at the field and I pull all that stuff off those planes.
I used to, but I got too much of that shit here now.
Well, see, I use it and then I don't even clean all the wood off them. And then I'm doing these little, there's this Sea Explorer group that I'm getting into it. And I just give it to them. I just can't see wasting the stuff. That's all.
Yeah, that's good.
Anyway, but I'll send Sparky a half dozen. Some nice ones. I've got them in package. I don't care. So he's got it. Anyway, God bless him.
I've made those horns just out of aircraft ply, the 5-layer.
Oh, well, that's what he's looking for. But couldn't find his ply. Yeah, absolutely, man.
And then I put a bronze bushing in it. It worked good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be our winter this winter because I prioritize this thing, but I need to go to the next level in flying control line. So I got an
Yeah.
SV11 coming. And I ordered
Well, if you listen, if you can get some Tight Bond 2 or the 3 glue, if you can get a brush and brush a lot of the joints that you could reach in that ARF before you cover it, you'll be doing yourself a favor. And you can also add lightning holes. I mean, I love doing that. I mean, once you get in there with your Dremel flex tool, you can reach way back in there and you can remove a lot of wood that, see, when they ARF these things, they're all out of China. They leave a lot of the bulkheads very solid because it helps them jig it up better.
Yeah.
And it just makes it a hell of a lot heavier.
I guess the new ones are like 5 to 10 ounces lighter.
Correct. That's
So
correct.
This SV11,
Yeah.
just going together, and I could even bush the lead outs in the Velcro. That was
Oh, yeah. Yep.
We'll hammer that together and fly the snot out of that this summer.
There you go. Well, I enjoy the videos.
Hopefully it won't be a lawn dart.
Yep. And I'm an avid smoke pole shooter myself.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun, man.
Yep. It's, you know, I enjoy a lot of the shooting sciences, and I really enjoy long range shooting. I just got a RPR 6.5 Creedmoor for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, real nice.
Away.
Yeah, it's a real nice one. You know, they come stock with a scope mount that's got 30 MOA built into it at the base, at the rear.
Nice.
So it really, you know, it's a 1,500-yard shooter right out of the box.
Ooh.
Yeah. But believe me, that's the end of it. You know, and when they claim this, listen, we've been doing it at the range, but, you know, when these rifle companies come out with that stuff, they're holding their rifles in like a ransom rest. I mean, and the only thing they're doing is twitching the trigger. It's being held by a fixture.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
be nice.
yeah, but it's all good, you know.
That's cheating, man.
Yep. Well, just the other night I was, let's see, how can I put this in a non-abusive way so he can keep this video from getting banned or whatever, unfunded. We were helping some feral hogs make it to the dinner table the other night. And they were out about, well, when we pulled up, like we have ARs that are in 300 blackout suppressed with night vision. But basically it's a 100-yard rifle. So when we got to this one field, they were out about 3 1/4, 400 yards. The Creedmoor took them out like there was no tomorrow, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bacon for.
Yeah. Well, we take them to this Cuban butcher, and he takes care of them. All that we take is a back strap and maybe a ham or two, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. But
Yeah,
come down here, man. We'll throw them on the grill. Listen, I have to tell you guys this. We have west of town here, there's a big corporation called South Bay Growers. In fact, they're huge. And they grow a lot of the carrots and stuff for the Midwest and the East Coast. And these hogs got into these carrot fields, and they'd been doing millions of dollars of damage. So we took them out of there. And this is the absolute best tasting pork that I've ever had in my life. But I don't think you could afford to fill them on carrots.
So no carrots necessary in the stew.
Yeah. You know what blew me away when we were walking into the field, the farmer or the manager of the this particular South Bay grower area, he showed us these piles, and I said, "What is that?" He says, "Well," he says, these hogs eat their fill of this. They're rooting the carrots out of the ground. They eat their fill, and then they throw it all up. And they eat it all, and they eat fresh again. And they do this till daybreak comes, and his dogs run them off there. And that's why they're called pigs.
Okay,
Seriously.
Terry, look at this and tell me if that's enough. That's down.
That looks good. Oh, you got it. That's perfect and nicely balanced.
Looks like plenty.
Yeah, and you see that the location of the control horn on the hinge point of the elevator gets your distance equal in both directions, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's the same.
Yeah. Yep. Well, there you go, man. Because that's the tuning factor right there.
It only took all day to get it.
Hey, listen, you were going to build one in a day, and I'm not saying you couldn't, but I don't know. I'm not telling you where my money was, but the only thing is, because I'm a little bit of a Sheldon Cooper, as you know, when you were breaking these vintage parts out the other day, it was driving me insane, man. You got to use an X-Acto blade and free those parts gently.
They came out of there.
Yeah, it was freaking me out.
Thinking the same thing, man. It's like, well,
There you go. We're on the same page, Daryl.
I always cut them out.
I cut them out, man. No sweat. I love it. You know, I'm sorry, I'm keep forgetting to bring this little X-Acto thing that I got for Christmas from some guys in the club. It's I believe it's a surgical knife, but I was able to cut that Basta kit. I freehanded it out of the 16th inch balsa and stuff, and there was 14 ribs for that. And other than the two center ribs, they're all different. And just a joy to use, man. Just a joy. But there are tricks to cutting out ribs, and I'd like to show you my wrinkle on it sometime.
Laser cutter seems to work good.
Well, that's what I'm doing next, but I didn't, I don't know. Life throws you curveballs, so I'm dealing with a curveball to my family that's very stressful. So by screwing around, listen, this modeling changed my life when I was a kid, and it's influenced me through my whole life.
I'm going to mute this for a second.
Okay. Anyway, it's it's just great. Like, look at Tom. I mean, look at the stuff he's creating. That's beautiful. And Tom, you enjoy it, don't you, man?
With this?
Except for the little frustrations that pop up.
Yeah.
Part of it.
Just like this cow. I'm real particular, and last year it was fitting good, and now it's just.
Well, it's because of that composite, because that stuff takes a while to fully cure. And you could have had it attached, and when you take it off, it could spring to a new position.
But I'm making headway.
Good.
Well,
Think lightweight, though. Think
I
light.
Wait, Terry, I made my own plywood. It's 4 pieces of 32nd laminated together with white glue.
Boy, well, that'll work fine, man. In fact, it's probably better than the factory stuff.
So it's 4, 8, 16 ply.
Excellent.
I don't think you'll need a brass bushing for that one.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think it'll come apart. I'm going to saturate the edge with CA too.
That'll work.
Yeah, the guy's got to do what he's got to do, man.
So why doesn't Brodak put out like a combat wing similar to a Cat or a VooDoo? You only have to change it like 10%. I mean, I've got my one sitting here. Hey, this one that I just cleaned up, that's the one I built for the LA 46. It weighs 14.8 ounces with no motor, and that's with the fuel tank and everything. Yeah, you see that one? 14.8.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's straight like my Falcon 56.
Yeah. Yep. And it's a D-tube wing. Yeah, I didn't try to build it super light. I built it to haul ass. I'm running 12/8 wood props on it that we cut down, and 14/8 that we've cut down.
Trying to turn
And
Sparky into a combat pilot.
I don't know. I think I think once he gets the taste of it and the fact they're so easy to build. I mean, if he and his buddy are going to do foam wings, then it gets really simple. I just like the wood chips. I just like the wood ones. I mean, I got a feather cut. I cut a lot of foam, man. I blew stuff for gliders. And I did a bunch of Formula, 500 and Quickie 40s and all that stuff.
Now I got to figure out a way to launch this thing by myself.
Hey, I got a launcher idea. I mean, Rusty uses the pillows and stuff. And I made one out of pool noodles and these bungee cords that I got at Harbor Freight. And I put it on my starting table and I slide my wing in there. I start it, and then when I get out to the deal, I have no safety on it, and I just yank it out, and off they go.
Oh, what?
Pool noodles. Here. Here's a little piece of one here. See these things?
Yeah.
Just a little chunk. Yeah, these foam things.
They get stuck in the ice out here.
Yeah. So anyway, it's in the other end of the garage, and my garage is somewhat climate controlled, so I don't want to open the big door up and expose all that humidity in here right at the moment. Anyway, I've got it on my starting table, and it holds. See, even though I'm teaching some of these young kids to fly, the scouts, you can't let them hold the airplane because it's too dangerous, I guess. It wasn't too dangerous for me, but I guess it's too dangerous for the youth of today, the snowflake youth.
I know, it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
You can't even say anything or else you'll hurt their feelings.
No, it's ridiculous. Hey, I grew up stooging, so I could get that's what you did. We stood around and helped.
If they lived like they do today, back when I grew up, my parents and all my buddies' parents, they'd be in jail.
Oh, absolutely.
They'd be
Good point, man.
Felons for abuse.
Good point.
My great grandmother, if I had to go take a pee and I didn't know where to go, because there was an outhouse, you're right, and I was young, and I walked up to the table at the adults where they was talking. My great grandmother was talking, and I was waiting to have my turn. She just backhanded me, just didn't even break her sentence or a word as she was talking to somebody else. Hit me right in the mouth. Wow. And after she got done talking, she turned around to me and said, "Kids aren't supposed to be around the adult table. It's not even supposed to be seen or heard."
Wow.
Yeah.
Kids are supposed to be seen, not heard. That's what we grew up with.
Yep. Well.
Didn't get back, though. I could outrun my grandmother.
Yeah, me too.
Most of the time.
I was much taller.
Well, looks like I gotta go get a saw blade.
So, Sparky, did you find your monocoat iron?
Yeah.
Good.
And my trim iron.
Yeah, there you go. Do all the corners first, little strips.
Sparky and monocoat, that's like oil and water, ain't it?
No. All my combat stuff, all my control line stuff is monocoated. All of it.
I still like to do it.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
I'm doing like, if I'm doing a ship with a maybe a questionable life expectancy, then I'll do the Monaco.
Yeah.
This ARC, it's probably going to see Monaco.
This center section won't be painted, neither will this, neither will it. Just be, I'm gonna Z-epoxy it and put the coat on it, and that's it.
Yeah, that's all you need, man.
The Z-epoxy's on there.
Yeah, the finishing resin, or you can use that's the real viscous, but you can also use the 30-minute. Works fine. You can thin it with a little bit of denatured alcohol, just a few drops.
Okay, I think I'm ready to fiberglass this nose now.
All right.
Hey, since I covered it with silk span first, and I saw Sparky when he covered his nose on this Junar, he said it acts as strength. Plus, that's where people grab it. That's where you grab it to hold it. That's where all the most of the fuel is. So I want to fiberglass it. Now, do I have to sand off the rest of this silk span?
You already silk span the fuselage?
The
I
nose,
would go with
yeah,
it.
but I had to sand
forget
through
the
it
cloth,
to reshape
man.
it.
Yeah, I would sand it off or rough it up real good.
Okay.
You have cloth on the inside as well, don't you?
Oh yeah.
That's too much cloth. You're making it too heavy.
No, on the inside of my cow, I got
Yeah.
cloth,
Oh yeah.
but on the
It just
inside of my
sounds heavy
engine
to
bay,
me.
I just have Z-epoxy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he balanced
Well-
it, so he might a little weight in the nose anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I checked the weight. I'm really
Yeah.
good to go.
Okay. Good deal.
But what I do anyway, it's been working for me all right, especially sanding and everything, because I've already done some fiberglass cloth on that P40 that I put that 4-stroke on.
Yeah.
That whole nose piece I put on there, that I all fiberglass that. I used Z-epoxy and a trick that I got from Al Raby of taking acetone and thinning the Z-epoxy,
Yep.
30-minute epoxy down.
Uh-huh.
And then it thins it out and it's able to soak down into the wood.
Yeah, you can get the same effect without the acetone. In fact, if you go on the Z-epoxy website, they frown upon the acetone and they prefer you use the denatured alcohol, which is fuel, not rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, I got
Denatured.
denatured
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah, try it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I said something then.
Yeah, it works good. I've been using it on all my boats, all of them.
Okay. I could
Yep.
see that now, the denatured alcohol.
Yep. And just put a few drops in and stir it around and get to the consistency you're looking for, and that's it.
Yeah, I was watching Al Raby, and he had 3 cups. He put the hardener.
Yeah, it
and
evaporates too much. I mean, just mix up your epoxy and then add the denatured alcohol to get the thickness. Yeah. Hey, I've got to jump off and get dinner started. We've got company. I'm trying to go between here and, but my wife's
bring
coming
'em
out
on.
and glare. Yeah, no, they're camera shy. All right, guys. Adios. See you Monday.
Adios, amigos. Well, okay then. More sanding. Oh, fun. I've been sanding for 2 days now.
And
When you think you're done, sand it again.
Yeah, I know. That's right. Right. I still have that. You sand it and then sand it again. Yeah. Sometimes the again don't happen. And then you kick yourself in the butt. Boy, I wish I would have. But
Well, I'm off to the hardware store before it closes. You guys have a good day.
All right. I think I'm going to shut it down, and I might come back on later when I'm monocoating. I don't know.
Yep, I'm gonna be quitting for the day anyway. As soon as I get this epoxy on, I ain't gonna be able to do nothing until it's set up.
Fixing what?
Yeah, that's okay. I'll get this done, sand this off, get the epoxy on, and then that way I can spend the rest of the day with my wife. It's her only day off on Sundays. Plus, I got some pork in there marinating.
Oh,
Marinating with some garlics and some herbs and some white wine, and
ooh.
white wine makes it tender.
You wanna go out or? What's that?
Oh, no, you need to go by. Go on.
Hey, after I epoxy this and I just start sanding it, what do I do if I sand it? Do I fill the rest of it with primer?
I Z-epoxy the nose twice.
Oh, twice. After it dries, sand it down and then do it again.
Yep.
Okay. Do you wait for the first one to completely cure? Oh yeah, of course you got to sand it. Duh.
Yeah, you gotta wait for it to completely cure.
Yeah.
I'm Z-epoxying now myself. I'm gonna grind this out here, make it look nice in the motor bay, and Z-epoxy it up.
What's that bump on the bottom side? Is that where your
Can't hear ya. Let me get this done.
Just wild guessing. I'm guessing that's that attachment point for a streamer for the string.
Y'all talking about the bump on the wing just beside the nacelle?
I think
Are y'all talking about the bump on the wing there beside the nacelle?
Yeah, they're. I think that's for the fuel tank, ain't it?
Yeah, for a bladder attachment. Yeah.
There we go. I don't need natured alcohol. I don't do acetone. I don't do nothing. I just put it on there and sand it off.
Okay. It seems to be Z-epoxy sand's pretty easy, I think. Then other 5-minute epoxy.
Oh, you can't sand 5-minute epoxy. That's not a finishing resin.
Right.
Okay, so let me see here.
No.
Now, normally I would do 2 coats on everything, but I'm just gonna do 1 in the tank compartment. That should be good enough.
You guys have a good Sunday afternoon.
All right, Jim, thanks again for the engine.
Hey, you bet, buddy.
See you, Jim.
Looking forward to seeing it fly. I'll have a good afternoon.
All righty, you too.
I think I'm going to
Two.
call it a day too. Talk to you guys tomorrow, hopefully.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
I guess we can shut this down.
Huh?
I guess we can shut this down. I was hoping Mike Lonke would come on to kind of give me some insight into this combat crap.
Yeah.
But now, when the wind's blowing 500 miles an hour and everybody's got their shit away, I got something I can fly.
Okay. Boy. That's good now, but boy, that sure was out of whack.
I'm gonna come back with superfill and fill in this stuff anyway, so. I know I can fly this against Danny's jet next year at Brodak. That's a guy who has more fun than any one guy should be allowed.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah, he's good spirited.
Wonder if he's got a new airplane built for this year.
Oh yeah, that was really sad when I heard about him going into the trees.
Where did he do that at? Huntersville?
I'm not. I can't remember. I'm not positive. I'm not sure.
God, this gives me a fit. Mickey Mouse.
Okay. I think we're getting closer to fiberglassing. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of dreading getting back on this, but I'm glad I did because it's not really too bad now. Like for it to get it done because there was a 9-year-old girl that can fly control line, you know. Well, she's not 9 anymore. She's 11 this year, and she's going to the event every year. She's been going ever since she was born, and she gave me this airplane here when it was a kit. She won it in the raffle.
I'll bet that's Sandberg.
Yep. Yep. very good. I mean, the best people, the best family you'd ever want to meet. Anyway, that's the first time I really got to really watch a old time stunt, and I like the maneuvers. And I was like, man, I want to fly. I want to fly that stunt. Well, I said, can I enter it? And he goes, well, you got an old time stunt legal plane? And I said, no, didn't know you had to have one. He goes, yep. And I'm like, shoot. And next thing I know, after the end of the raffle, everyone was putting things up. Here she comes. She says, Tom, I want you to have this. Man, how sweet is that? So I need to get it done, at least show her, you know. I meant to get it done last year, but just ran out of time. Tack cloth. Okay, when I bring this cloth around to where the to the edge where the cow fits on,
Yeah.
do I wrap that around there and epoxy it, or I just let it hang and trim it up?
Hang it off, and how to trim it is with sandpaper.
Okay. All right.
We got 6 viewers. They're still watching.
Yeah. Well, the one thing, this show, you never know what the hell someone's going to be working on, you know it? They're doing something. Guess it's a guessing game with this, how much I'm going to need.
For you guys watching, you'll notice that I put the Z-Cloxy on, and I'm wiping it all off now. That's what you do on the first coat.
Oh, I'm just about ready to ask you what to do.
That's not for fiberglass, so fiberglass on wet. Paint the area first, and then put the glass on, and then paint over the glass
Okay.
so it's saturated real good. And then sand it off, and then come back and coat it again. But see, I'm sealing the wood here. I guess I'll finish this up and then I'll shut it down. And when I come back, it might be ready to cover.
About how long do you think it takes this stuff? Hour, couple hours?
Till it's done.
Yeah, this is Z-epoxy, 30-minute I got.
When it's tacked, when you can sand it and it's hard, that's when it's done. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You can't rush paint and epoxy and shit like that. It's a chemical reaction.
Yep. I agree. Yep. Absolutely right.
And it takes what it takes.
When I first did my first Z-epoxy, I was like, oh man, I got to sand epoxy. And I'm like, oh man, this is going to be crappy. And when I started sanding, I was like, heck, this is okay. I don't think I'm going to skip this step because I just too lazy to sand epoxy. So I'd always skip this step.
You think I'd lead you wrong?
Huh?
You think that I would tell you something that didn't work?
Oh no, I know that. I mean, yeah, but it's me going, oh man, hell with this shit. Too much work. It ain't that much work. Well, maybe one of these days I'll get to the cockpit. Wasn't counting on this. Well, yeah, I was, because I've been wanting to put fiberglass on this ever since I saw you do it and you explained about it. And then when I ended up sanding it, I was like, oh, okay, I'll do this again. But I remember when last year when you was at the Nats and your Junar, you did a couple flights and I was your crew chief there and I held the plane. I could actually feel that, the nose, how damn, I mean, it felt like a solid block of hardwood.
Yeah.
But yet the plane is so light.
Start with light wood and leave lots of it off.
Yeah.
Okay, we got our first coat of Z-epoxy on the thing. So the next thing is we'll monocoat it, and that'll be when I come back, monocoat it, and then I'll, after monocoat it, I'll put on the, I'll probably do another coat of Z-epoxy. But I'm going to do this super fill around the thing. I'd like to get it all done tonight. I didn't plan on taking 2 days to do this.
Yeah, I can see now why it takes 2 coats.
Well, the first coat sears the wood, it seals it.
Yep.
And then the next coat stays on top.
Yep. Got to be careful because there's some places where it looks like the glass is bubbling up.
Push it down, make sure it's all down.
Yeah. Yeah, even that this cloth is gonna cover my landing gear block.
Terry said his airplane was 14.5 ounces without the motor, but it was covered, so we'll add an ounce for covering. Let's see what this weighs. $9.7 ounces. So it'll be 10 ounces. Wait a minute, where's that? No, it's 8.7 without the covering. It'll be 9.7 with the covering.
That's pretty good.
I guess, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it beats 14.
I don't know what this shit's supposed to weigh. Let's see how much this engine weighs. 8.9. Well, not 895, so we'll say 9 ounces. So this is an 18-ounce airplane. It is what it is.
Damn acid brush
Yeah, the hair's coming out of it.
coming off. Yeah. Hate
Yep,
that.
Get yourself some paper towels and wipe it all off.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'm going to shut the stream down. I want to thank everybody for watching. See you later, Bob Bishop, Gerald, John Sanchez. Yeah, I'm going to put a screamer on it, John. Anyway, might come back later tonight to monocoat it and put the super fill in the area here and around the booms. But till I see you again, fair winds, tight lines. See ya. Like, subscribe, share.